Welcome to this screencast on rigorous curriculum development for English 2. This screencast is designed to give you an overview of what the English 2 team has developed over this past school year. The Unit Planning Organizer, or UPO, does four things. It outlines the unit's priority and supporting standards, suggests the unit's pacing, contains the unit's essential questions, pre-assessment and post-assessment, and unpacks the unit's skills, concepts, and key vocabulary terms. The UPO is beneficial to you because it is designed to give you flexibility, generate student interest, and reduce your workload. The only changes you may notice are the teaching approach to the standards, the unit's pacing, and the idea of using pre- and post-assessments that are aligned to the standards. So previously, you may have taught To Kill a Mockingbird or Julius Caesar, hoped you hit the Common Core standards, gave a test on the work, and moved on to the next work. Now, you'll pre-assess students based on the priority standards to find out what they know, use the data from the pre-assessment to address the areas of weakness, using To Kill a Mockingbird or Julius Caesar or some other work. You'll assess the priority standards addressed during the unit, you'll analyze the data, and reteach or extend as needed. RCD adds buffer time to each unit, so teachers have built-in time to reteach skills to students who need it or offer enrichment to others during that time. Buffer time can be used to extend a unit if needed in the event of snow days or other delays in the school year, or the teacher can move straight to the next unit and have rollover buffer time during his or her next unit. For example, English 2 has chosen in Unit 1 to have a 3-week unit. 2 weeks of that unit are dedicated to teaching and learning and pre-assessing and post-assessing, and the buffer week is at the end, the final 5 days. Looking at assessments, English 2 has chosen to use mirrored readings for the pre- and post-assessment so teachers can clearly see areas of proficiency and need for students. It's important that teachers know which texts are used on the assessments so they do not teach them during the unit. In the past, assessments were geared towards students being able to recall details and concepts in a work. Now, assessments will focus on standards that students will see throughout this and other courses. After this slide, go to page 1 of the English 2 UPO. So look at page 1 of the English 2 UPO for Unit 1. The unit's titled Get the Point. It's a skills-based unit that is paced for 2 weeks with 1 buffer week built in, so 3 weeks total. What you'll notice under unwrapped priority standards are 5 unwrapped priority standards which all come directly from the Common Core. Immediately after that, you'll notice supporting standards which are also in the Common Core that are just there to support those priority standards that are already established. The unwrapped concepts and skills are the things that your students will need to learn and be able to do by the end of the unit itself. And then at the bottom, you will find essential questions. Now, the essential questions are there to help you package and sell those units to your students. The idea here is to make your units interesting and engaging. So you'll find some sample essential questions and corresponding big ideas there to help you and point you in the right direction. On pages 4 through 6 of the UPO, you'll see an overview of pre- and post-assessments, along with their scoring guides and answer keys. It's important to remember for these pre- and post-assessments that you know which texts are going to be assessed so that you do not teach them throughout the course itself, because you need this to be a fresh read for your students at assessment time. On pages 6 and 7 of the UPO, you'll find a checklist for research-based effective teaching strategies and 21st century learning skills. While there are several of these listed, it's important to know that you don't have to have all those boxes checked when you sit down to plan your unit. For example, for us, under the research-based effective teaching strategies, there are 10 items. We only had 7. And on the other side, for 21st century learning skills, there are 9 boxes. We only selected 8. In this section, you'll also find spots for differentiation strategies, instructional resources, unit vocabulary terms, and enrichment and extension activities. Thank you for your time and attention. We hope that this screencast on rigorous curriculum development and the UPO have been informative.